all this pain inside. When you wake up one day and all your life is a lie, you know what it is. But when you try to escape it, a million times without wanting you ring in.
You're not a total stranger, your family feels. Look at someone else, they read your clothes. You're what tainted, you bastard, you with your familiar faces. You look confusing when it's all this out. You knew you were a fraud, but you passed in the crack. You tried to do the ropes, with a tightly tight.
And the reality started to lie. And it's
What is up, people? We are here, and here is the beautiful Tony.
I am so sorry, everyone. I had to get a cup of coffee on. It's been one of them mornings. I know it's only 12. It's already 12 noon, but I've been running like a chicken with my fucking head cut off. Everybody here knows how that goes. So sorry for the delay. You're going to see me get up again and grab my coffee here in a few minutes. So hope you don't mind.
Let's get that overlay up so you can see everything.
Last couple of shows, hey John. Last couple of shows, we've had some really good I think we've had some really good discussions. I think we've had some. I don't know about eye opening for anybody because I don't talk with everybody obviously every day, but um, I'm hoping that some of this is helping somebody because I know it helps me, and that's part of the S.M.I.L.E logo of serving others. This is my way of giving my time to be able to serve you guys to help where I can and when I can.
John's in here. He's saying hello, and
Christian as well.
as well.
Hey Christian, what's up? So I'll give it a few more minutes, let a few more people straggle in. I think that's what'll happen. Usually does.
We was about to go on a different link, haven't we? The original one.
Yeah. Nothing that can't be managed, but we'll get that all figured out.
The kinks will be ironed out.
Yeah. We are still a brand new show. Once again, thank you for joining, everybody. This is S.M.I.L.E. I am Tony. I'm your host.
I'm Savage Panda, his co-host at the moment.
Yeah. I was given authorization from higher ups that I can offer if anybody would like to be on the show with me and like discuss things on video with us. I'm gonna do that once a month. I'm thinking to start out probably starting next month in August. I hope.
I hope. Dun 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 dun.
Yeah, I should probably turn that off. Everybody knows what that's from.
Who's at the door?
Well, I mean, maybe in England that's what that means, but that's the Jetsons theme song out here.
Oh, that's ring doorbell noises out here.
Meet George Jetson.
Yeah, I know George Jetson.
Yeah, that's what that's from.
That's the old doorbell, isn't it? That's how the ring doorbells sound in the UK. I've never actually noticed that.
My buddy's actually asking me through Facebook Messenger, how does he comment on the stream? He's watching it through YouTube, but he doesn't know how to comment on it.
On YouTube, where you would normally comment on a video, there is a little button here where you'd comment on it. You just click that and you go into the live chat. If he has a problem, tell him to come off it and then come back on it. That should work. Well, obviously he's listening, so.
Bubba, that one's for you, brother.
John says that apparently we're helping both him and Hope. So
Hey, I appreciate it.
that's your show.
That's what I try to do. It means a lot. Thank you. I think sometimes just having a platform to see somebody that has similar struggles and to see them willing to put themselves out there and talk about things will help a lot of people.
It will. He's ran for his coffee.
Let's see if that helps my eyes a little bit. so sorry about that, everyone. Once again. Hey, there we go, Bubba. Charles.
It's life.
That's Bubba.
Hey. What's up, Bubba?
Hey, I better be late to my own fucking funeral. My whole family better be sitting there going, "Where the
If I
fuck's
die,
the
I want
body?"
someone to come dressed as the Grim. If I do have a funeral and die eventually, I want someone to come dressed as a Grim Reaper and just point at people.
No, you should do what that dude in Scotland did and bury a voice recorder with yourself, giving a final message to your family standing around the grave.
I saw that. That was funny.
Right? But then what you do is you hire funeral crashers. So anybody that shows up that you had a problem with, they have the full rights from you to stand up and tell them to get the fuck on and tell them how you really felt about them.
Yeah.
Guy does it professionally. It's what he does for a living. He did it as a joke. One day he crashed a funeral and said a bunch of shit to somebody because somebody was like, "I'll pay you $500 to do it," and he did it. And now he charges like thousands of dollars and travels across the country, sometimes around the world, just to go to people's funerals and tell people how he really feels about them.
So he
how
gets
the
paid
dead
to
really
be a dick.
feels.
So he gets paid to be a dick, basically.
Basically,
I
but
think
it's
I
not
need
him
job.
being the dick. He's telling, like, he's in contact with the people that are dying before they die.
Yeah.
And so he gets all this information, and then when they die, he shows up, and nobody knows who he is, and he gets up and starts talking and just unloads.
That's got to be fucking hilarious.
That's got to be one hell of a fun job.
It has. To destroy it.
But you got to understand what's going on in his life that makes him do some shit like that, because that, in all honesty, is a coping mechanism, which is today's topic.
Yes.
Coping mechanisms. Okay. Silence.
Silence! I kill you!
Yeah, I'm not Jeff Dunham, and you are not Ahmed. I do not have my hand up your ass.
That wouldn't be pleasant.
For anyone involved.
That'd be quite shitty.
All right. So coping mechanisms. What are coping mechanisms? Give me an answer, people. I will when I fully need them. That's why I took my blinds down. But I appreciate it, John. I appreciate it. I think I got another friend who's about to log in.
I like Charles's comment where he's like, "Lay me to rest in the blue dress with cold beer."
In his dress blues, yeah. Him and I are
Dress
both.
blue. Sorry, I read it wrong.
No,
Dress
it's all
blue is
good.
He's military. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a
Sorry.
Marine.
Apologies.
He's a fellow Marine.
Apologies, I misread it.
I can't turn that off. Damn it. We establish things to block different light sources and see if my eyes don't stop fucking tripping. I also took a fat dab before getting into this show, so that's a coping mechanism in and of itself, everyone. Come on. What's a coping mechanism you use to deal with stress?
Well, for me, I like to tattoo. Well, get tattooed.
Tattoo, I think, is a stress reliever. I don't believe it's a coping mechanism.
To some people, it is because it's like therapy.
Coping mechanisms are like when somebody acts a certain way to you, instead of reacting back, you smoke a cigarette and you walk away. That's a coping mechanism.
Yeah. Oh,
That's
so we're talking that scale of coping mechanisms, not the other. That's fine.
Yeah. Well, no, because then you have stress relievers that can become coping mechanisms, because when life gets hard, they deal with it this way instead of facing it. They sometimes make it worse by their next choices instead of,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And I'm not knocking anyone, but we'll just say it now. You said tattoos, right? They're a coping mechanism, but at the same, they're a stress relief, but at the same time, they're a coping mechanism for you, because I know looking in the mirror, you don't look at yourself and say, "Oh yeah, that's me." If you didn't see, like, if you covered all your tattoos with makeup today, how many people would truly recognize you?
Probably no one.
So you've coped with life by getting tattoos. So you have used it as a coping mechanism, but it's more of a storytelling coping mechanism than a negative coping mechanism.
Like cutting or killing myself.
And I'm not knocking anyone who's done that, because that's on a whole nother level. It's similar, but it's on a whole nother level.
I've been there, and that's why I turned to tattooing. Nice. We have had a couple of people that said coping mechanisms here. We've got Charles that said music and Christian that said weed.
Yeah, cannabis is definitely used as a coping mechanism for a lot of people, and unfortunately, a lot of people
and stress reliever.
A lot of people, unfortunately, their coping mechanism doesn't just stick to using cannabis, because eventually cannabis doesn't heal what needs to be discussed. And I believe true discussion heals more than any medicine or plant can. True discussion, true acknowledgement of the issue, true resolution is the only way to truly get through something. And even if that resolution isn't necessarily what you were looking for or what you wanted out of it, getting resolution is an answer. But coping, I'd say cannabis for me isn't a coping mechanism. It's more of it's a lifestyle that I've become. There's nothing against anybody who doesn't smoke it, but if you bash it for ignorant reasons, then that's on a whole nother level. But we're dealing with coping mechanisms. Coping mechanisms like running away.
Yeah. John's put a good one here, like deep breathing and drawing.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Music, tattoos, drawing, deep breathing, unhealthy are drugs, fighting. Yeah, absolutely right.
Grounding is a good one as well, which is to do with the breathing exercises again.
Does anybody here do grounding techniques?
I do. Obviously, we need to hear from them.
Because that would be a good challenge for everybody. Like, I don't know what everybody's weather's like today, but here it's 106. If I went and stood in the grass, I'd still be hot. But I'd challenge everybody at least one day this week to spend 5 minutes barefoot in their yard or at a park.
You'll feel amazing for it. And any negative energy, just...
You won't even realize that 5 minutes has already turned to 25 minutes or 30 minutes by the time you look at it. That is a very good coping mechanism, is being able to withdraw from a situation and ground yourself so that you can address that situation properly. Damn it, I'm going to need my glasses. I'm sorry, everyone.
Go get them, bro. You're cool. Why do you think I wear contacts, bro? It lets less light in because there's only just one little hole that it comes through. I'm the same if it weren't for these, brother. Don't worry.
I think it's
Mr. Cool
inconsiderate
has now
sometimes
stepped
to
into
have.
the stream.
I sometimes I feel it's inconsiderate to wear them, but then I think, well, there's a lot of streamers that wear full blown masks, and
I mean,
you
sometimes on
can't
my
see
stream
their
I
eyes
face
through
paint
that.
up.
So half a cripple.
He's on full-time oxygen, bless him, so it's hard for him to get out.
Okay, here's what Hope, right?
Yeah, Hope's his lady.
Hope, is it possible for you to go to the local like hardware store like Home Depot or Lowe's and buy a small patch of grass that you can keep inside and water and keep trimmed down? I know it sounds stupid.
No, that's really a good idea because some
But if
people
you bring
actually.
that inside to him and allow him to be able to touch it with his hands.
I've got another idea. Some people that I've seen have actually used natural moss and things like that as the floor on their shower.
That can
That's
be really
actually,
dangerous because it can be slippery.
I know that,
But
but
getting like a mat that you can grow chia seeds on or grass seeds on would
that's what it is.
would be cool.
Yeah.
Would be really cool. What's up, Chewy?
What, bro? What's up?
Hell, if anything, go cut it right out of your own lawn and stick it in a bucket and put it by him. I mean,
I could just picture Hope out there digging a little patch out.
somebody thinks she's digging a grave.
Walking it. Oh.
Her neighbors call because they think she's digging a grave. Sorry, I got a twisted mind. I'm sorry, everybody.
So have we, don't worry. John's just put here, I'll explain. I'm on a full-time oxygen, plus on top of that, I've lost almost £200 in less than 2 years, and the extra skin is causing issues.
Yeah, we need to get you some grass inside so you can, like, honestly, the healing factors of being able to touch earth and grass and like it does help. It's incredible.
If you get skin removal, can I have a little bit? You can cure it and dry it like the Chinese and the Japanese do.
Bro, you are not making a Bible out of human skin.
Look, my real dad had a really cool, well, I say has Jesus on the cross on his back with Mary Magdalene. And if you look really closely, the tip of Jesus' penis is hanging out. But he promised me that when he dies, that he will have himself skinned and have that mounted for me. So ever since then, since the age of 9, I've been obsessed with wanting to do something like that. So
he's found a taxidermist who will actually do it and has gotten authorization from...
Probably not.
You're going to walk into your local butcher shop and your local butcher is going to hand you a package and be like, this is from your dad. Fucking England for you, huh?
Yeah. Hey, bro, I can go and get a whole pig's head for £8.
Jesus Christ. You can't get pork chops for fucking £8 here.
The head's cheap as fuck.
Dude, most places, I mean, unless you go to an actual butcher shop or a pig farm out here, you ain't getting offered the head.
I mean, head is normally expensive. Normally, you got to pay half an hour or an hour for that. Sorry.
And there's another coping mechanism: crude, obscene, foul jokes.
Yeah.
No one can tell me that they have not coped with the situation by making a fucking joke during it.
I do all the time.
Well, it's good to have you here, Chewy. And John, hey, congratulations, man. I'm happy for you. Congratulations on the weight loss. I hope it was a good, valid reason for the weight loss, and it wasn't like an illness or anything detrimental.
Dab time.
I'm about thinking the same thing. See if my wife wants to jump on the stream with me and say hi to everyone.
I'm still here. I just got to turn light on because I can't see anything.
Okay, I should have done this week one, and I should honestly do this at the beginning of every show. But since we've kind of broken the ice, I'd like to do a self-introduction of everybody, just like who you are, where you're from, where you're joining us from, and not necessarily a reason why you're here, but something that you want us to know about yourself. It can be anything. It doesn't have to relate to mental health. I just want this to become truly a safe group. And I think introductions, that way everybody feels comfortable talking.
And then we build a community where people know each other as well.
CHF. Let's see if she'll join. Hold on just a second, folks. Hey, babe. You want to jump on the stream with me real quick?
Christian is Charles is telling her to hop on.
Come on. Everybody wants to say hi to us. The people that are watching the stream.
Charles wants you to come on.
No, all you can just, it's fine. I'm not expecting you to stay.
Tony just needs you some eye candy.
Yeah, plus we just need a little bit of eye candy on the show.
Tony wants you for eye candy, really, and Charles wants you to hop on as well.
Oh, come on. We're just being flirtatious. That's all. Come on.
Hey, what's up, Steph?
Hi, Steph. How? Stefanina? Is that right?
I just call her Steph.
Yeah, I think that's what
some people call her migraine.
Yeah, I don't know if this is allowed on Twitch.
Oh, we're already on YouTube right now.
I know we're only on YouTube, but I'm talking about for future shows if we're on the other platforms.
It's medical.
Twitch doesn't allow any type of drug.
We'd have to provide a medical certificate.
Yeah.
It would be easier if I was vaping on like a pen or on a joint. So that's might be what I'll have to do.
Charles just said, "Is that my sister-in-law?"
No, that is his sister-in-law.
Yeah, I know. I'm messing. Well, John's let us know that his name's John. He goes by Smokey. He's from Chicago, but lives in Minnesota now. So obviously Hope would be the same as well. And he's here to better himself.
It's awesome. Well, I hope some things I say along the way can help you find the betterment within yourself, because I don't feel I'm going to better anyone. I may just give the opportunity for people to have the tools to be able to better themselves. just gonna be a small one, beds.
This is crazy too.
Cheers, everyone.
If I choose to,
Oh, that's a nice bit of crumble.
if that person does not have it, I cannot share them on here either.
Unless they authorize and create a free one.
Yeah, there's people that won't do it.
Like says she's from Florida, moved to MN, which is obviously Minnesota. Steph's from Jersey, but lives in Maryland. Is that where the cookies are made? Oh, you don't know. You don't know about Maryland cookies.
That one was a little too. Holy shit.
There you go. Charles got to see his sister-in-law. And that wonderful lady you saw there is one of our amazing models, Tony's wife, Sophia the Forsaken.
So back on topic now. Back to coping mechanisms. I guess you could say I do use cannabis as a coping mechanism. Because I use it instead of the medications that they want me on.
Apparently the rig is so sexy. Charles says I live in social circle. Social circle from Alabama. I am a United States Marine Corps veteran. I work all the time and have a 4-year-old daughter. I am completely colorblind and deaf in one ear. Can I just say thank you for your service? I know I'm not American, but still, thank you. And Christian, my name is Christian. I'm Gorm, Cali.
I'm from Cali, but now I'm in the Mile High City.
Yeah.
You're in Denver. I've been an ex-pro druggie for 2 years. I'm here supporting the homie, and let's see what I get from this. So good vibes to all. Hey, Christian, 2 years is amazing, bro. I'm 17.
Seriously, 2 years is amazing. Don't worry, you're not the only one here that has been like that. Other people in the chat are ex and still being exes.
17 years for me. I'm 43. 17 years clean. Quit cold turkey because I almost lost my son and my whole life. So decided it was time to get clean. Helped my wife get clean. She's 8 years. So I'm really proud of her for that. I'm proud of anyone who is sober, whether it be 1 hour, 1 day, 1 month, 1 year, doesn't matter to me. Sobriety is awesome, dude. I'm truly happy for you, Christian, and I hope that I can help you to continue to progress forward in sobriety. And that goes for everyone here.
Sorry.
I truly hope that what we can do here is give you that comfortability and that knowledge to know that you can continue with your sobriety and you can continue with your mental health journey. So he's in Social Circle, Georgia. There's a reason I call Charles Bubba. If you heard him speak, he's got that good old boy Southern twang. So, and John Winger, I appreciated about the hey Charles, hey Bubba, me too, man. June 17th, 2007 was my sobriety date. I mean, it's been so long, I almost forget what month and what day it was. One of the worst days of my life and the best days of my life is the day I got sober. Back to coping mechanisms. What are some what do you think are some unhealthy coping mechanisms that aren't like drugs or cutting yourself or things like that? What do you think might be something that people look at as a positive, as something that it's okay to do as a coping mechanism, but it truly is actually hurting themselves? What do you guys think? Oh, and John Winger, no problem. Trust me, we both. I answer for both of us when I say if we have to, we'll do it again in a heartbeat. Hey, let's go back to the topic of tattoos as a coping mechanism, because I was, as you know, I wasn't calling you out on anything, but I just looked at my arms and I realized how much coping I've done through tattoos.
Yeah.
How much healing I've done with my tattoos and getting them done, but coping with the problems at the time and getting the tattoo to deal with it at the time. That's like 90% of my work. So I'm not trying to call the kettle black here, obviously, because I just jumped fucking feet first into the fire on that one. But yeah, like but I also believe it could become an unhealthy obsession if it isn't. And I don't know how you can regulate coping. How do you guys regulate how long you cope with something? How long do you mourn someone or something? Do you wind up doing something and then you're like, oh, okay, that's it, time to move forward? Or do you sit there and wallow in it for a while? Because that's all part of coping. Let's get into this. Let's get into this.
You want to get into it seriously? Because this one
Let's
here
get
was
into
my
this.
dad.
Like, I want to hear this. I want to hear this from everybody as well as you, Savage. But what is it that you do when you're coping? And I'm talking about not just with a minor situation where you can walk away and take a few deep breaths. And yeah, that's a coping mechanism, but it's just defusing, it's de-escalation, it's a lot of different things. I'm talking about when you truly cope with something and you use something to cope with it. How long does that last? Is it days, weeks, months, years? And I know it all depends on the situation. But with each tattoo that you have that symbolizes something within your life, we'll come back to John and Hope here in just a second. With each tattoo that you got done as you were coping with it, when you look back at those tattoos, you look at them now and you're like, man, that's what I went through. I remember that. I remember how I felt. Is it a good thing? Is it just a way to remind you that these are mistakes or these are decisions that you made, and these are the people that were disappointed because, like, let's say you get your first face tattoo and your dad's like, oh, that's disgusting. You've ruined your chance at a career. Like, everybody's heard something from their family about something that they've done that now they've just fucked up their life, right? Everybody's heard it.
Yeah.
When you look at those tattoos, does it remind you that you disappointed that person, or that you or does it remind you of the reason why you got it, and the fact that they're disappointed is their own opinion?
I think the disappointment is their own opinion. The same as when you offend people, that's a them problem because they're offended.
I can understand that, but think about this. And I'm just gonna use it for reference because it's like right there. The facial tattoos. When you get a facial tattoo, 85% of society immediately looks at you and goes, "There's a problem."
Yeah.
Doesn't look at you and go, "Hey, what's wrong? Why did you get this done?" There's where the problem lies, within the mental health division and within society, and this all ties in with the coping. So hopefully I can get this all tied in together, and we can really have a good discussion about this, because I think this is the one that needs to be brought. The way we address the coping mechanisms of each other are because we don't understand each other. We're not looking at each other through the same lenses. Everybody claims, oh, we want equality, we want this, you need to treat everyone with respect. You need to respect their boundaries. You need to respect this. You need to respect this. But how can I respect it if you can't talk to me about it?
Yeah.
So the barrier isn't about respect. It's about the communication, and the respectful communication about how to address situations like getting a tattoo and your family saying, you've ruined your chances at life. Or getting pregnant and having a child before graduating high school. I don't know if anybody in here or anybody watching has experienced that, but I'm sure we all know somebody who has, or somebody's kid who has, or have watched a neighbor have it happen, or just somebody, right? We've seen it.
Yeah. I agree with that one, Smokey, when it comes to tattoos.
I don't know how to cope other than to smoke. Okay. Dwelling on it is not necessarily a bad thing, as long as you're not dwelling on it to beat yourself up and only looking at the negatives of why these things are happening or why they did happen. You've got to look at the positive outcome that came because of that situation. I know it's hard. It's hard to look at a situation of, let's say, a family member dying and saying, well, what's the good that came from this? I can tell you right now, my sister died April 12th. I buried her April 27th. This show is because of her. I didn't start this show until 3 weeks after I buried my sister. This show is entirely because one day I woke up and I said, I think I just need to talk to people. And the first thing that I saw was my sister's book. And it just kind of clarified it for me that she gave me her blessing to do this. Of course, I talked to her husband because they actually own the copyright to the name S.M.I.L.E. That is theirs. I did not come up with it. The logo, the design of the way we spelled it, we came up with, but the actual concept of S.M.I.L.E, it belongs to my sister. It does not belong to me. It does not belong to BTMX. It solely belongs to my sister and her husband, and they have granted me authorization to use it for this program and this platform. So coping with the loss of a family member is probably one of the most difficult things to do, other than dealing with the loss of, like, say, a child or an animal, like a beloved pet. Losing friends is one thing. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that it's not hard losing friends, because some friends are like family, and I'm not going to deny that. But, and some family are so far from you, you just don't care, or you're just disconnected from it. So I get what I mean by family is, please understand, to me, blood makes you related, loyalty makes you family.
Exactly.
Okay, John. S.M.I.L.E stands for S is for serve others. M is for make memories. I is I am not alone. L is love life and learn. And E is endure to the end. ENDURE. Endure to the end. We can put it up, but if you look at our at
Christian,
the
I know how
definition,
that feels, brother. Sorry.
ooh,
Mine died in my arms. I know the feeling. 5 years ago.
that's wow, dude. That's rough, man. I I don't know what I would do if I woke up and you were dead, laying next to me, just not breathing, not moving. I don't know. I oh my god. I truly don't know how I would react. I'm so sorry, man.
I know the feeling, brother, and you're strong for fucking still being here, brother, and that's what I've got to say.
Oh man. I mean, maybe if I was like 80, 85 years old and my wife was like 80, you know what I mean? Or like in her late 70s or whatever, you know what I mean? But I'm right now, I'd lose my fucking mind. I would probably go off the deep end.
Been there, done that.
I can probably honestly say I would do SBC. I can't say the word on the platforms because it will get flagged. It'll get this show flagged. But if you know what SBC could stand for, it means off by cops. But it means I would force them to take my life. Damn, dude. 09.
Shit.
She's been gone 15.
Fuck, man.
I don't know if I could do it.
She's been gone 15 years.
That'd be hard.
Dude, you are stronger than you believe. Just in the
Really are,
simple
man.
fact of getting up day after that happens. You are stronger than you believe. You are stronger than you've ever been told. And I want you to understand that, holy shit, dude.
I truly know the feeling, and I truly feel for him.
I never thought about it till now, but that's exactly what my brother-in-law went through.
Should we take a quick break and then come back?
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Okay, bro.
I appreciate it though. No, that's.
She's the one that got him sober for the first time.
God, those are hard. Those.
And I'm guessing by you saying the first time with that happening that you down.
You probably.
Yeah.
I'm sure. I don't think I wouldn't relapse. I truly believe
Understood.
I don't blame you for it. Like, I don't blame any addict, anyone who is in the thralls of addiction within the first, I'd say even 10 years of your withdrawal, of your sobriety, that when you have a traumatic event like that happen, I have nothing to say. I can't be mad at somebody for relapsing on a situation like that.
Yeah.
Regardless of how long the relapse happens for. But I can't make excuses for it either after a certain amount of time. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I can acknowledge, no, I get why you would relapse. I get why you did what you did, or why you succumbed to the venoms. I wouldn't say you were too much of that to kill yourself, because it takes a coward to do that. Now, I'm not saying that when you've attempted, you're being a coward, because I know what that's at. I've been there. I've been in the thralls of suicide. I've been in the thralls of death. I know what it's like. It takes a strong man to put the gun down, to put the pills down, to put the drink down, to put the rope away, to turn off the car, to hit the brake on that bike, to pull over and call someone. It takes a strong person. Everybody's like, I was weak, I couldn't do it. Fuck that. You're not weak when you can't pull the trigger.
You're stronger than you realize. Charles, I'm sorry to hear about that as well, brother.
You are not weak because you didn't pull the trigger or you didn't pop those pills. You're not weak because you tried to find something that would end your life. You're strong because your life is not ready to be done. You're not over. You're not. You came here for a reason. You're sitting in this podcast, this broadcast, whatever the fuck we're gonna call it. This situation right now, you're here because you're supposed to be. I'm not going to say divine intervention, but you obviously are at a point where you were comfortable to come here and express these things, which I'm eternally grateful for. Now,
what up, David?
What's up, David? You are truly stronger than you can ever imagine, dude. I can't put it into words. The what I want to express about how inspirational it is to see that regardless of the hardships, there are people that have gone through these things and that they're here. I mean, being here to me is huge. To have you comment these things, they're incredible. To feel comfortable enough in this situation, not knowing me, Maybe you've tuned in a couple of times and have never said anything. I don't know.
I've just realised who Christian is as well, and I'm sorry I didn't know, brother. And I genuinely feel for you even more, man.
I regret what you went through, and I'm sorry you went through it, but I want you to believe in yourself that you are stronger than you have ever been given credit by anyone.
He is.
I don't know if anybody's ever told you that, hey, dude, you're strong as fuck, but I'll be the first. I fucking promise you. And maybe I'll be the only, maybe I'll be the last. But you are stronger than you think. It takes a lot to push forward. It's easy to give up if you think about it.
See, he's just told me who it is as well. It's Vato. Love you, brother. Shall we take a quick song break and just recalibrate?
Yeah, let me grab some more coffee, finish my cigarette. Let's hit a song. Sorry guys, like wow. Oh, thank you. Seriously, thank you. Because that's what this platform's for. Even if we go off subject, I don't care. I really don't. Because this subject, these kind of things, they deserve to be talked about.
Yeah.
And if you're comfortable enough to talk about them here, we sure as shit will.
Right. We're going to nip into a quick song break then. So we'll catch you guys shortly.
Cause I'm back shit, crazy, call me blacklisted. I don't give a fuck about what your disposition is. I'm spitting vicious shit like Jimmy Conne when he digs a ditch. We up to no good fellas, hood dwellers. You could tell us that we evil. I ain't evil, just a cunt that likes a good stiller. Leaving kids scared to talk like my name was Jimmy Savile. Leaving chicks barely walking like they tripped up on the gravel. Fuck your bitch on your wedding day and whip her out a bowl. Yeah, take a piss against the wall, then I drink until I fall down and repeat. Fucking knock down ginger on down the street. I treat girls dead on me like me. I wanna feed, you get it, not a cheat. I'm a beamer, is a sharpie, and my attitude to match it. I'm the crazy dark shit, show my gratitude to factions till they break the fucking matches. Then they get the busted fatty, fuck the club, I'm on the place, cause the drugs, I won't stash it. Cause I'm back shit, crazy, call me loco. Take the rap game, put that bitch in a choke. Cause I'm back shit, crazy, call me loco. Causing wars with this horse like they in the wrong postcode. Cause I'm back shit, crazy, call me loco. Use my name in vain, motherfucker, that's a no-no. Cause I'm back shit, call me loco. Call me loco. I ain't a rapper huffing like the gas and getting my dick sucked. Sick fucks, flick nuts, they get that cunt lips up. Put the video on TikTok, go viral like China flu. Bust me not inside of you, your ass in your vagina too. Fucked her in the red state, they drop that bitch like dead weight. I'm looking who's next to it break day. When I coming out swinging, I will literally break. Ain't no fake brawl like KSI vs Jake Paul. Mirror on the motherfucking wall. Who'll be the grimiest fucker of them all? Blacklisted MC for the win, fuck 'em all, suck my balls. And remember my name, ain't came to change the game, just here to have a good time. Fucked a couple hood dimes and bust a fucking hood rhyme. Lyrics that are masterful, watching these bastards standing on the sidelines like blacklisted pasta. Cause I'm bad shit, crazy, call me loco. Take the rap game, put that bitch in a choke. Cause I'm bad shit, crazy, call me loco. Causing wars with this horse like they in the wrong post. Cause I'm bad shit, crazy, call me loco. Use my name in vain, motherfucker, that's a no-no. Cause I'm bad shit, crazy, call me loco. Call me loco.
I go back shit, crazy off the acid. Step inside my labyrinth of people with detached limbs. You can ask them. The operation was cruel because the tool that I used was a craftsman. Stood over them in a black hoodie with black tips. What's the silhouette of the masked man? The scenery gets that grim. Bash in your blood, I'm deranged as I proceed to stab them.
Cause I'm bad shit, crazy, call me loco. Take the rap game, put that bitch in a choke. Cause I'm bad shit, crazy, call me loco. Closing wars with this horse like they in the wrong post. Cause I'm bad shit, crazy, call me loco. Use my name in vain, motherfucker, that's a no. Cause I'm bad shit, crazy, call me loco. Call me loco.
What is up, y'all? We are back. Hey, Christian, do not feel bad at all. That is exactly why I created this space. That is exactly why I am here, because I was at a point where I didn't have anyone else that I could talk to that I felt comfortable talking to, so I just started talking to a screen. So
Sometimes
the reason that I'm always wanting to have somebody on with me, it's not because I'm not able to run a show or do anything like that. It's because it's so much easier for me to continue a conversation when I have other people here. That's why I'm offering to anyone who's watching these episodes, if you want to come in, if you want to be on video and you want to join us, let us know. You can either email us at btmxeast@gmail.com or you can direct message Panda or myself.
Hey, I'll put the email address in there for people.
You put GMS.
I know, I just realised. There we go.
There we go. Okay, we can set that up. How does the first week of August sound? The first Monday in August.
So that's not next Monday, Monday after. Because next Monday is my birthday.
2 weeks. Well, then let's get me trained up on how to run this so you don't have to do anything on your birthday.
Ah, it won't bother me, bro. That's what
You're sure?
It's teamwork, brother.
I know. But I also know how important a birthday is to those of us who don't celebrate birthdays.
I've kind of passed celebrating. Just another day nowadays.
That's what I mean. But I know how important it is to just kind of have that day to be like, yeah, this is mine. Don't fuck with me. Don't bug me. Because I do it every birthday. Every birthday since I've turned about 33 has been me just saying, leave me the fuck alone. Yeah, hey, Christian, I run these shows Mondays only right now. If we decide to bump it to another day or expand it and do it twice a week, we'll try to figure out a scheduling so we can have you be on. All right, let's get back to this coping mechanisms.
Yeah.
why do we use things? Why is it that we turn to specific things to deal with certain situations, like stressful situations, minor situations like at work? Why is it that we? Hey, that's awesome, Christian. Why is it that we have? Why do we use cigarettes to deal with stress? Is it just the chemical release? Is it the oral fixation? What is it about smoking that helps us release stress? Because we're coping with that stress by ingesting a chemical and hurting ourselves. So technically it's a negative coping mechanism, would it not be? And I'm sitting here smoking a cigarette. So yes, I'm calling myself the fuck out. I don't care. But seriously. And yeah, Christian, I'm down. How about the third week in August? Set this shit up right now. What do you guys use as a coping mechanism for everyday stressors? How do you deal with your bills are higher this month, grocery bills are higher? How are you coping with it? Like what are you doing to be able to maintain a calm or a false calm, let's call it?
The ostrich effect. Bury your head and hope it goes away.
Right? I can't see it. It doesn't affect me.
Yeah.
How do you deal with it? Let's give you guys a few minutes to think about that and come up with some topics for how we cope with things and possibly how we could cope with them better. I won't say differently, I will say better. Because you can still do the same type of coping, but doing it in a different form can create better results for long-term stress results. And yeah, Christian, we got you. No problem. We'll remind you the week before.
I
We'll
hope
send you
the
an-
smoker will nudge him too. Don't worry, they know him.
Oh yeah, plus we'll send you an invite and an email and all the happy horse shit that comes with this shit. So
The old out of sight, out of mind, yeah. Ostrich effect, I call it.
No, out of sight, out of mind. Now, I don't necessarily know if that's a coping mechanism because I know people that do it for a coping mechanism, but it's also a symptom of other underlying issues. Because for me, I do that with people. It isn't that I don't care about them. It's just if I'm not in constant contact with them, they just don't exist. It's just they're not there. They're Does anybody else feel like that? Does anybody else here honestly feel like I know my friends are okay, right? But I'm not thinking about them all the time. I'm not talking to them on a daily on the phone, so it's almost as if they don't exist to me. Like my car's sitting in the garage, but my car's not here because I'm so used to it being in the shop. So my mind is literally misplacing it at times. I do that with people in friendships, and people are like, "How can you forget about your friends?" I don't forget about them. I just don't ponder on it. But my friends know that if they called me, I'm answering my phone.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what time of day.
Or night.
Doesn't matter. They call, I'm answering. One phone call in the middle of the night could be somebody saying, hey, I just wanted to talk. Back-to-back phone calls in the middle of the night get me worried. If my phone, if it takes me 3 times of somebody calling me to wake me up out of dead sleep, and I see that I've missed 2 or more calls from somebody, oh yeah, believe me, I'm not going back to bed till I talk to that person. Ain't gonna happen. Not till I have some kind of confirmation that, hey, look, this person's alive. We're good. That's what I need. So I'll put that out for anybody here too. If you try to get a hold of me and I realize I've missed your call a bunch of times, I'll call you back. I'll try and get in touch with you as best as I can. I obviously don't have everybody's phone number, nor do I need to try to ask or receive anybody's phone number, because that's a lot of stressors already. But I will gladly, if you need to talk to me and you see me that I'm online, hit me up, drop me a message. I'll get back to you as soon as I possibly can. I check my hidden messages, my message requests 2 to 3 times a day, so I'll see them if they're there. And if I don't see it within a week and you come on, please put a text out there and say, hey, look, I messaged you, check your inboxes. I'll go right to it. There's another coping mechanism, helping other people before helping yourself.
Yeah.
You guys ever find yourself in that situation? You're dealing with something and then somebody calls you and they're dealing with something completely different, probably on a completely different level of mind frame and mentality, the whole 9 yards. Why is it that if you've ever been on it, then I'll get right to you, Christian, on that. Why do we help other people even though we're going through it ourselves? Now, would you let's let them try to answer that. But venting is a coping mechanism, but it's also the way you vent, who you vent to, and what the results of that venting become. Because like I've stated from the beginning, in here, I'm not a counselor. I'm not a therapist. I'm not a psychiatrist. I'm a patient. I'm an impatient patient that was tired of being swept under the rug by the mental health division of my state. Tired of it. So I took it upon my own hands to create this. Putting others over you all the time because it makes you feel better, that's definitely a coping mechanism. But how many of those people that you've put before you were there for you when you needed them? When you were called, when you called them and were like, I'm in a duress spot, and not necessarily suicidal or homicidal, just you're in a tough spot, you need a friend. How many of them were there? And I'm not trying to put anybody on blast. I'm not trying to make you question friendships. I'm just speaking from experience. That's why I can honestly say, and the people that are watching this can honestly can take it or leave it for what it is. I can count my friends on one hand using less than 5 fingers. My true friends. People that I know I can rely on no matter what. I have a lot of associates and acquaintances that are building friendships. But I know that if no matter what, I've got that I can truly turn to and trust. Then I have about 5 to 10 that I can call when I'm in a duress mode and kind of need an ear. And then I got fucking hundreds of people that'll be there if I ever hit the lottery. But I feel if I don't be there for someone, that's not you. But there's a difference. Are you putting yourself in a position that winds up hurting you more by helping somebody? Or does it wind up helping you in the long run? Because if it's helping you to help someone else, I will continue to support anyone doing that. That's what serving others, that's part of what S.M.I.L.E stands for, is serving others. Just make sure you're not putting, but that's wrong. I'm not saying it's wrong to be there for people, but allowing yourself to be continually used by people or by one specific person is not mentally healthy. It's not healthy for you, because what you're doing is you're not helping, you're enabling at that point. If you called me right now and were like, dude, I'm sitting here, I'm about to blow my head off, I will talk to you. That's what I can do at that point in time, right? It doesn't put me under any duress, other than the fact that I now believe you're about to hurt yourself. So my only option is I'm going to talk to you until you tell me you are no longer in that mind frame. That's what I'm going to do. If I'm going through something and you call me and I feel that your thing that you're going through is justifiable for me to step out of me and say, yes, I will help you, I will help you. Like if I'm mourning my dog dying and Savage calls me and tells me, heaven forbid, knock on wood, that his son died, I'm not getting off the phone. My shit don't mean nothing to me. I can deal with that on another date. But if he calls me and he's like, dude, my neighbor decided to throw his garbage over my front yard today, and it's pissing me off, I might tell him, yo, my dog just died. Can you give me like 2 or 3 hours to cope with some shit and I'll call you back? Right? There's a coping mechanism and a technique that I learned is I acknowledge what you're going through, right? But I need you to acknowledge what I'm going through. And if they're not acknowledging that you're putting yourself on the line to help them, or you're going out of your way to help them, then my suggestion would be stop helping them until they help you. I know it sucks.
I can relate to Vato. I can get fucked over a million times by people and I'll still be there for them because that's what's built in me.
Will you still be there for the same people that's fucked you over, or will you be there for new people? That's the question you need to answer. Yeah. Are you willing to let yourself be run over? Like, hey, fuck it. Let's just call him the fuck out right here, right now. Numbnuts that tried to get you fucking banned.
Yeah.
He knows who he is, and if he decides he's gonna listen in on this shit, I don't give a fuck. Fuck him. The shit that he pulled with you, are you gonna let him ever do that shit to you again? You ever gonna work with him again? You ever gonna associate with him again? No, right? You learned. I put myself out there, he burned me, fuck him, that bridge is gone. But you're willing to help more people. That's different than allowing the same people to keep walking over you. Because now you're no longer helping them. You are enabling them to act the way that they act. Does that make sense? Not giving your shirt off your back to strangers is commendable. I love that about people. But what I'm saying is, if you're getting screwed over continuously by the same people, you're enabling them to screw you over. And I don't know if anybody can justifiably prove me wrong on that statement. Because I've helped people out who now are helping me when I'm in my time of need. I've been helped out by people when they were in a time of need, and yet they still help me. Doesn't matter how they did, they just did. Now, have I been able to return the favor to these other people? Some of them, yeah. Not all of them. Maybe my next favor out is coming here so I can help y'all. Hey, Christian, like I said, being helpful to other people is okay. Just make sure you're not hurting yourself and making it harder for you. If you're walking down the street handing $100 to every homeless person you see, you're only going to get a couple of blocks, right? Like, how much money? Like, I don't care how much money you got in the bank or in your wallet. If you're giving everything you got to everybody else, what are you giving to yourself?
True.
You got to remember that. You've got to take care of yourself too. Don't forget to take care of yourself. I'm not saying don't care about other people. I'm saying take care of yourself too. And if you can do that, help as many people as you feel like you need to help. I will never knock somebody for trying to help somebody. I will knock somebody who says they need help and are just taking advantage of shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can't stand that shit. Yeah, I understand where you're feeling on this, and I don't know if we've still got John and Hope with us. I hope we do. Haven't heard from him in a minute, but
I'll probably still watch him.
like I said, I'm sorry we get sidetracked. We go off on these tangents and try to touch bases with people. I hope that is okay with people, because I've just realized that through therapy that I've been through, overly structured feels like forced. If that makes sense to people.
Yeah.
I feel if it's overly structured where I'm like, oh, I got 5 minutes, I got to talk about this subject, and I got 3 minutes, I got to touch on this. If that's what is helping you, Christian, then by far go for it. Just make sure you're taking the time to take care of yourself as well.
Yeah.
That's all I ask of you. Even if it's a half hour a day, 10 minutes a day, 30 minutes, doesn't matter. Take some time just for you, please. Yeah, I really like this setup better. I think this is the way it needs to run.
Yeah.
Oh. What where do we go from here, Savage? I'm lost. I'm fucking lost for a second. I'm sorry. There we go. Back to the coping mechanisms of helping other people are phenomenal. I love that about people, and I don't think it's advertised enough that there are people out there that are helping that are not looking for that monetary gain from Facebook or from Instagram or from TikTok. You know what I mean? I would much rather talk about the people that are out there actually giving a damn about the people that are on the streets that are taking them water during these heat that we have out here, handing out water. I wish I could do more. I honestly wish that I could take, and I'll straight up say it. You've never heard me ask for donations, and I'm not asking for donations. I'm not going to put any kind of link on here. I'm not going to do any of that shit. I wish that I had the funds available to be able to buy just cases of water and bags of ice so that I could go down and just hand out cold bottles of water on days like today. Because it's 107 degrees outside right now where I'm at.
Fuck.
Now that's Fahrenheit for those of you in the UK. We're looking at what, like 40? No, like what?
And what you say it was?
It's 107.
All right, 1 second. It is 41.6667 degrees Celsius.
41.666. That tells you it's hell outside.
Yeah, considering when it gets to about 25, most of the UK are like,
Yeah. So 41 degrees, 42 degrees in the UK is what it is here right now. It's 107 degrees Fahrenheit outside. And I know a lot of these guys are thrown out of restaurants. They're thrown away from businesses. And with some of them, I completely understand. Some of them have no business being in front of businesses.
understandable.
But that doesn't mean that they're not human beings and
They're
shouldn't
not
still
still
be
a
treated
person
with the
at the end of
respect.
the day.
Yeah. So I just wish that I could give out water and maybe have enough to make up peanut butter and jelly sandwiches or some ham and cheese sandwiches. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Eventually, I may put up a link to do some stuff like that. But understand, I'm gonna show proof through these videos here that of what was purchased, but I'm not gonna be posting videos of what I do. That's not what I'm about. I don't believe in that. I don't believe in posting the videos for clout, for views. That's not what I do this for. I won't do it. But I will prove to everybody eventually, if I do ask for the donations or I do create a GoFundMe to do this, I will show proof that these are actually being distributed within this show. How about that? We'll show videos in this show of us giving it, but we're not going to post them on like, oh, hey, look what I did today. Because that's not what I'm about. What does Christian have to say here?
I've been through so much. I just want to make people smile. And then before that, he said, I do like the whole morning before I leave work is nothing but good vibing. And I can vouch for that. I'm in most video calls with him in the morning, full of love, full of energy, bless him.
Do you do grounding at all, Christian?
Well, if you class grounding as sitting outside while smoking weed, then yeah, he does that quite often.
No, I'm talking about bare feet in the grass, no external, just standing there grounding himself. Like what we were talking about earlier as a coping mechanism. Going outside, I mean, I guess headphones would be fine as long as what you're listening to is something that's going to help you stay calm. And most people can't listen to rage music and stay calm. But sea sounds, birds, forests, that kind of stuff, that kind of sound, plus your feet on the ground against the earth itself is mind changing. Okay, then Christian, today I challenge you to go outside 5 minutes and just stand barefoot in the grass. And just stand there and don't think about anything. Just let your mind go.
Cali reggae.
Hey, to each their own.
Bit of KMK, bit of reggae, yeah.
Did you hear Bob Marley's grandson? Did you see that video the other day?
Yeah.
Him playing the drums and singing?
Hell yeah.
If his voice drops the way it sounds like it's going to, he may damn well sound like fucking Bob.
Yeah.
But I mean, Bob was a heavy smoker too. He was a true Rasta. Like that fool. There was never a time when he didn't have a spliff at least in his hand.
Even in the UK, he had a spliff.
Yeah.
He lived in Brixton for a short period of time.
Well, that's where he picked up rolling spliffs because it used to just be straight.
Yep.
Down in Jamaica, that's all they smoked at the time. You had cigars and you had leaf. Yeah, Sublime. Stories to tell about shit I've done while Sublime's in the background. So when you're in a depressed mood, what kind of music do you guys listen to pull yourself out of it? Like I'm not trying to call you out here, Christian, but let's just use your situation. When you lost her, what kind of music, if you can remember, did you play the most of? Was it rage? Was it love songs? Was it music she liked? Was it what was it? If you don't mind me asking. I mean, I know it's kind of a personal question, and I try not to get too overly personal in here unless people want to be personal. That's why I say if this is too much, you can just let me know and we'll change up the direction of the conversation.
While we're waiting for people's replies, I'll let you know how I helped over my ex. A lot of it was Tech Nine and Mad Child stuff that we listened to together to carry on her memory and to keep smiling.
Is there a specific song that comes to mind like right now? Every time
Dysfunctional, Tech Nine. Boom, straight away.
What's it called?
Dysfunctional. Yeah.
I got one X. The first song that comes to mind is fucking Poison by Whitesnake.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, let's not go down that rabbit hole.
No. Another rabbit hole for another show.
No, never. That's why I don't listen to that song anymore. It's not good memories.
I get you, bro.
Who all we still got in here? Can you see who's watching?
There's 3 people still watching. Obviously, Christian's one of them. I'm not sure who the other 2 are.
All right, let's try to get back on topic here with coping mechanisms. I know it's kind of a hard thing to talk about because I don't think people truly understand that we use coping mechanisms every day for different things. When we drive, punching the steering wheel instead of hitting the horn.
Yeah.
Flipping off the bird instead of hitting the brake.
Chewy's still here.
All right, Chewy. Have you tried listening to remixes or remakes? Because there's a couple of songs I can't listen to normally, but I've heard the remake and I'm okay with it. Like I can hear it, I can listen to it, but it's not something I would listen to on a continuous. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can handle hearing it way better than hearing it direct. Chewy, what about you? You know
There is
what?
no remix of it.
There's a challenge, Savage. We need to find somebody to remix that song.
Facts.
We need to find a vocalist and get somebody to redo the to remix it. I'll have to pull it up and listen to it so I can get the feel of how I would want to try to remix it in a positive light.
Yeah, no, I get that. Make it more uplifting and things like that.
Well, because I got a couple of guys.
Classic rock was her gift to me.
Okay, Christian, not to throw an age out under the bus here or anything, but I am 43, so classic rock to you would be like what? Poison, White Snake, or are we talking like who are we talking here?
He's around your
like,
age.
he can remix most things. I think Chewy wants to jump in on that remix. What kind of bands are we talking for classic rock? Because genre differences here for classic. Like I've heard people consider AC/DC classic, and that's still not classic to me. That's still hardcore. But then I've heard Pantera and Anthrax referred to as okay. Led Zeppelin, CCR. I got you. I got your vibe there. I'm a huge CCR fan. Zeppelin, I listen to Zeppelin. I'm not as big of a fan as I probably should be. Gotta love the fact of the one-armed drummer. Yeah, I definitely feel you on those. So, Chewy, are you interested to get in on this remix of this song? See what we can do with it?
Sorry, I'm back.
Oh, yes. Alice in Chains for sure.
Oh, hell yeah. Led Zeppelin, yeah. Oh, Leonard Skin. Oh.
Yeah, Leonard Skinner.
Iron Maiden.
Yeah, Megadeth. But even Megadeth,
How can you mention Megadeth and not mention Metallica? Come on.
Well, even with Megadeth, I wouldn't consider it classic rock. That's classic metal.
Yeah. Oh, classic rock. If you're sticking
classic
with
rock.
Yeah.
To me, there's a difference between the two.
White Snake.
Big hair bands.
Status Quo.
Twisted Sister, shit like that. Yeah. That's rock. Because then you got like Megadeth, Metallica, Anthrax, Pantera, Mastodon, Atreyu. That's all metal.
Atreyu goes into post-hardcore kind of. We're going down
Agreed.
to
So
extremes.
there's the gap between the next section and then it just goes deep down this rabbit hole that I don't listen to.
So while we're going through these, is there anyone that's got any ideas for Tony for next week's topics?
For next week.
Oh yeah, he does fucking beatbox. It's amazing.
Poison's a great. They lyrically, and with the guitar riffs and leads and layouts that they do, I think they were ahead of their time.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, they had, I think, the wrong kind of promotion. And they never got as big as they could have had they let them play the way they wanted to play. Because Poison they've openly admitted they wanted to play way harder than they did. They wanted to be up there with Megadeth. They were trying to compete with Megadeth and Anthrax, and they wouldn't let them. Let's throw a couple out there for ideas. Mental health topics. Let's see here.
So we've done masking.
We've kind of touched on it a little bit today, substance
Yeah.
abuse. We could honestly talk about substance abuse, and I mean, it's kind of a touchy subject for people, though.
This is why we'd like to hear from you guys as well.
Because it lets me know that I'm not going to cross the boundary with certain people. So please chime in on what you'd like to talk about next week. I really need some ideas, please.
Should we take a song break while people are trying to analyze and come through?
Yeah, let's hit the last song before closeout, and we'll give them some time to think about what we can do for a topic next week.
All right, then, bro. Well, we will catch you in a minute, guys. Let's take a short song break.
Fed up with the fame now, but the God in my brain don't bang out.
up with the fame. I'm sick of reading my name in any other way that I intend. I'm fed up with all of these motherfuckers misunderstanding me. I'm fed up with the ones that try to say you a fan of me. But then I turn back on motherfuckers that be enemy. I think it's in everything, but man, I can't just see I'm living in reality. I'm stuck in a fantasy. I'm in the middle of the lock, cause your back, I was in a fan. One up in the wrong man, said mine. One up with the wrong set of fans on a band, so a band, raw withdraw, never go back now. See a prayer to some of the kids, ain't nobody listening to that. You're renegade, never again. I'm love for faith and a religion. I gotta say, I'm gonna make me understand. I'm little bit here. Fed up, 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 fed up with the drugs, fed up with the fake love, with the gun in my brain go bang on, fed up with the drama. Got a crave for my mama, cause I don't think I'm gonna too much longer.
Thank you so much for checking out my cover for Fed Up. Ghost is my favorite artist for the last 2 years in a row. I feel like with what we've been all going through in the last 2 years, we can all relate to the message. 9 different vocal ranges I used in this song are specifically done to allow me to be able to do the song in one take. If you like what you heard, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, and follow me on my socials as I'll be releasing a new original collab.
And we're back.
What is up, everyone?
So we're just waiting for you lovely viewers to come back to us with some show ideas. Obviously, you can comment after the stream or hit us up and let us know. I'll put the email address in there as well in case people want to.
Yeah, put it again.
But no, honestly, everyone that has been part of this show and commented in, thank you. It's all Tony's show, and if it weren't for you guys helping Tony out and
Interacting,
opinions, your interactions, your feelings, yeah, it's amazing for Tony.
for me personally, this program is allowing me to feel connected to people. I lost a lot of my humanity when I was in the military. And anyone who understands that, just I don't like to get into it because it just kind of gives me a place to reconnect with humanity and my own human side, I guess you could say.
Yeah. I guess people are sleeping. Oh.
Of course, Christian. Anytime. And I'm serious about that.
We're here every Monday.
Yep. And you have Mondays off, so that works really well for us. So no, folks, there is a very high possibility I will be having a co-host sometime in the near future, a permanent show co-host with me. Hopefully, if not, whatever, I'll still do it. Be here with me, and we'll be together. But I love getting
I'll
input.
still be on the chat, or I'll still be here making things possible. Either or.
Oh no, they're stuck seeing your mug on this show. You want to face up anytime? Be my guest. Yeah. I mean, we could talk about stressors.
Yeah. Triggers.
But then on the backside, we'd have to talk about how to correctly deal with those stressors.
Yeah.
That includes coping and all that for the time, but eventually you have to deal with those stressors.
Yeah.
We could discuss relationships. Now, I'm not talking about like maintaining a healthy relationship with friends and family and loved ones. I'm talking about no, couldn't really talk about relationships because that wouldn't work.
About healthy boundaries within relationships with issues that people are going through.
Well, that's part of the establishing and maintaining healthy relationships is establishing being able to establish those boundaries. No problem, Christian. We'll talk to you next week.
All right, him. Well, some of the people that do come in here know me personally, so if you just want to drop me a message and I'll let Tony know about any of your ideas. Other than that, comment on the stream after, or hit Tony up, or hit up on BTMX, or hit myself up.
We really appreciate you guys coming out and spending the time with us. Sorry it wasn't as talkative as the last couple episodes, but I think that's it's funny. Coping mechanisms. We're all coping with information that was received today. And putting yourselves in somebody else's shoes really helps you understand why decisions are made the way they're made by other people. So in your guys' opinion, coping mechanisms, good or a bad thing?
Good if they're healthy.
I think I agree. As long as they're healthy, they're a good thing. When they stop being a beneficial and start becoming a crutch, then therein lies the further problem of something else is keeping you from moving or stepping forward.
Exactly.
Why is it that coping mechanisms are often shunned by other people? Why do you guys believe? And this is just last little conversation of the day. Why do you believe that it goes from a coping mechanism and then becomes a crutch? Where do you think that line in the sand is? When does it no longer become a coping mechanism and now it's a crutch?
When it becomes a problem.
But at what point does it become the problem? That's what I'm trying to figure out. And I understand it's going to be different for everybody and it's going to be different per situation, but there is going to be an overlying area where things, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
where is that underlying area of appropriate, not necessarily appropriate amount of time as a coping mechanism, because some coping mechanisms are 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and the situation's over. Other times it's years. But when is that coping mechanism during those years actually become the crutch? I think it's where I believe personally, and I obviously no statistical information here. I truly believe that it becomes a crutch when you can't, when you're not moving forward with it and you stay where you are. I believe that when you become stagnant in your position after the event or after the whatever it is you're dealing with, if you stay stagnant, I believe that's when it becomes a crutch. Because now you're using it as an excuse to yourself as to why you're being and why you're acting or why you're not doing what you should be doing. And does anybody, like, I mean, I may very well be wrong in my expression of what I'm trying to say here, but that includes drug use. I'm not even talking about, oh, you started using drugs, well, it became a crutch. No, it didn't become a crutch until you weren't able to continually do your day without having it. You know what I mean? Like I know guys that smoke meth every day, but they don't smoke before they go to work. They only smoke when they're at home on their off time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know guys that do coke, but don't do it when they go to work. They do it on their off time. I know other guys who smoke weed. They don't smoke before they go to work. Don't smoke at work. Don't smoke on lunch. They wait till they get home. They smoke and they go to bed. So I'm not saying that that's that it becomes a problem, but if you're smoking weed or you're using meth and you can't get out of bed without taking a hit, it's no longer a coping mechanism. It's become a crutch.
Yeah.
At that point, you need to talk to somebody because now it's no longer a coping mechanism. It's an addiction, which has become a crutch. That's the way I look at it. I may be like you may be able to show me statistically through clinical trials and all these bullshit things that they tell you, but I truly believe that a coping mechanism becomes a crutch. Anger can be a coping mechanism. You get angry at a situation, you get mad that somebody was taken from you, but then all of a sudden you're just staying mad. And you're using your anger and that death or that loss or that situation as an excuse to carry your anger into situations that don't include your anger or don't warrant your anger. So I truly believe that's how that kind of a situation can develop rather quickly. But it can be the same thing with anger, with depression, with overeating, with indulging in alcohol, with whatever it may be. It eventually, it's no longer a coping mechanism, it's now a crutch. And maybe that's something we can touch on in a couple of weeks, but when does it stop being a coping mechanism and when does it start being a crutch? So maybe we should talk about that next week. I think we should. I think it should be when is it no longer coping and it's just become a crutch? I think that's what we need to talk about next week, because I think that...
Yeah, because that would be the carry on from coping mechanisms then.
And then we need to touch on as well, we'll touch on ways that we've broken free of those crutches, not ways to break free. Because like I said, we're not clinicians, we're not therapists, we're not psychiatrists, we're not any of that. These are just all personal experiences. So the way that we've broken away from crutches is what I think we need to do next week as well. So, guys, once again, thank you for being here. Remember what we stand for S.M.I.L.E.
And let me move off camera, and then you can tell everyone. And then I'll play us out on the last song.
Once again, everyone, thank you for stopping by. Thank you for taking the time from your day to sit here and listen to me kind of ramble on and talk about some shit that a lot of people don't like to talk about. Next week, I think we're going to be talking about when it goes from coping to becoming a crutch. Where that line is. And I know it's different for everyone, and I know it's different per situation, but that's something we're going to touch on. So please, next week, come with the intent to discuss this, because I think this is a good topic for us all to discuss. But for those of us here at BTMX, we thank you for stopping in. And for S.M.I.L.E, I thank you again. And I think this week I'm going to just encourage you to endure to the end every day. Just keep pushing forward no matter what. Keep moving forward, even if you find it hard. One step. Just take one step. One baby step is all it takes. We love you guys. Thank you very much for stopping by. Y'all have a wonderful one. I'm out.
I'm schizophrenic, hearing voices in my head. Been talking with the dead, so it don't matter what you said. Some things will never change. Just put me in the grave. Hey yo, since the age of 13, been a screw up. Got a problem with my life, make a new cut. My mother's eating this, I try to jump it up. The whip, the brother crying, kill the brothers losing it. Throw me to the mental hospital, St. Louis. Bill said that was for most of my youth. At a young age, I was always picked on, beat up, kicked in the face, always stepped on. People always laughing at the rejects. Became a funny guy that they respect. At 18, alcohol became my best friend. In no time, I was back in the war again. still feel like giving up. Mark, I'm really sorry that we didn't get to talk enough. I was too hard-headed till that day came. You may be gone, but your memory is the same. Hearing voices in my head, been talking with the dead, so it don't matter what you said. Some things will never change. Just put me in the grave. My whole life I just wanted to die. Been trying to keep myself since the age of 9. Why is that been so hard to find? And how come suicide ever crossed my mind? Time after time I wanna cock the 9. Blow my brains out and leave my troubles behind. I'm blind to the fact that everybody hates me. Even my mother thinks that I'm crazy. But ain't a fucking pill gonna save me or bring back what's left of my sanity. I think envy has made you an enemy. With the devil's face in a heart full of jealousy. So here I walk down this road, cold and alone with no place to go home. I guess I'm on my own, but I did it to myself. Maybe these pills will start to help. Schizophrenic, hearing voices in my head. Been talking with the dead, so it's all now what you said. Some things will never change. Just put me in the grave. I'm schizophrenic, hearing voices in my head. Been talking with the dead, so